Hello and welcome, Dr. Evan Hirsch here, the author and founder of the Fix Your Fatigue program. I'm so glad you're here. So today we're going to talk about step 2 in the 4-step process. So last time we talked about step 1, which was to assess all the causes, and we talked about how important it was because everybody has different causes of fatigue. And so we need to figure out exactly what causes they have. So then we can step into step 2, which is to replace the deficiencies. So some people say, well, why do we replace the deficiencies first? Because last time we talked about how the causes can really be broken up into deficiencies and toxicities. And so the reason why we replace the deficiencies first is because I want you to feel better right away. Okay? We want to boost you up. We want to get your energy going. And we also need to do it because going through step 3 and step 4 can be hard and challenging on the body. And so we need to be as robust as possible. We need to have the hormones as strong as possible. We need to have the nutrients working so all of the biochemical pathways can work. We need to have the mitochondria strong so we can have as much energy as possible. Because when your energy starts getting better, that's when you can really start focusing on things. As you know, can't focus on your business, can't focus on your relationship, can't do what you want to do in life when you're tired, right? So as we boost up your energy, then that's going to enable you to get to the next step, which is going to remove the toxicities. And sometimes people will see practitioners who have done a lot of this already, okay? And so this is one of the reasons why they haven't had success is because you may be thinking, well, I replaced those things. Well, you may not have replaced them correctly. You might have replaced the adrenals, but maybe you didn't do exactly what I recommend to replace your adrenals, or you took things for the mitochondria, but it's not the things that I recommend that I know work. Because if you're working with somebody who's not a fatigue specialist, they may not know exactly what works and what doesn't, and they might be shooting in the dark and thinking, oh, well, let's try this, let's try this, let's try this. Okay, so we really want to boost those deficiencies so that you can get as strong as possible so that we can then step into step 3 and step 4. Because in my experience and what I found, that was the way that it worked for me. That was the way that I got through my days. If I was going to deal with the step 4 stuff, removing the toxicities, which is the hard part, you've got to be able to have the strength in order to go through it. And that's what I've seen time and time again with thousands of clients and people writing to me every day is that they say, yes, we do need to go through the deficiencies. And now I understand there is a method to the madness. So I hope that makes sense to you. And the way the order that we want to do it is we want to start off with the big 3. So the big 3 are the adrenals, the thyroid, and the mitochondria. So this is where you get the biggest bang for your buck. It's boosting these, and I take you through a ramp up in my course and my programs of a subjective experience. So we're basically boosting the adrenals, the thyroid, and the mitochondria based off your subjective experience, which is your symptoms, as well as your labs, to optimize those. Then we move into the nutrients, and then it makes it so much easier also to work on the lifestyle habits. Because sometimes when people come to see me, they're so tired, they cannot adjust their sleep schedule, they cannot adjust their food schedule, they cannot drink more water because they can't remember, they've got brain fog. So I tell people, don't worry about that. We're going to do this first, and then it's going to be so much easier to make those adjustments because I know how hard it is to change food, especially if you're the only one who's trying to make this change and you have a family. Maybe you're the one doing the cooking. Maybe you're not the one doing the cooking. It can be challenging. It's going to be a lot easier when you have more energy. So that's why step 2 is replacing those deficiencies. So I hope that was helpful for you. So what do you do then after you replace the deficiencies? So then we have to prepare for step 4, and what we have to do is we have to do step 3, which is to open up the drainage and the detoxification pathways. So that's what we're going to do in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you there.